Hello, everybody. You're here with Claro Beauty with your host, Claudia Lara. Thank you very much for tuning in. So this video is not about makeup. So if you're interested on just a review of products and makeup, this is not for you. But I'm going to be introducing these videos here and there because I want to find a little more meaning. Not that I don't think makeup is meaningful, because it is for me. But just about life. I don't know. I used to call them beauty ponders, philosophizing. I think now I'm shifting a little bit into call it what I've learned of life, or what I have learned so far that I'm 50, or just different things that caught my attention or I read about. So, hey, we're here. Hopefully it will not be a long video. So what is the topic today? What is being a lot in my mind, it has to do with chapters in life. And what I mean by that, there is a lot of youngsters in their 20s, in their 30s, and also in my own life insurance that come with the question of, should I have children? Should I concentrate on my professional life? Should I travel now? Should I sacrifice my relationship in order to do what I want to do? This sort of, questions about to do the best thing or the right thing, or to not miss out on something about life, to do it well. That's I think sort of the underneath feelings, right? You don't want to miss out in life. You want to do your best and things of that nature. So these questions arise about the right timing, or what's first and second and third, etc. So chapters in life. So my thing on this is, there is time in life for every little thing, but it will be very hard to do them all at once. And not only hard, because it's doable. I know people that do it, but then they have too much in their plate. And I think it robs you from really experiencing or feeling or really savoring the moments when you try to do it all at once. So I always say there's times for everything. And of course, some of us die young, and you say, well, I didn't have time for everything. Well, then you go into purpose and destiny, and you got and did what you were supposed to, at least from my view, right? But while we're here and living, then it's okay to make one chapter at a time. And what I mean by that is, there's women that had children when they were very young. I mean, I have friends that got pregnant when they were 16. Some of them gave it an adoption. Some of it had an abortion. Some of them kept it. And then I have friends that gave birth when they were in their 40s or 50s. And so, it's a very different sort of experience given the vitality that you have. But what I'm saying is, for the young one, that was their time to be a mother. For the oldest, that was their time to be a mother. Is it one better than the other? It depends how you live it. It depends how you enjoy it or not enjoy it. I mean, given if you have children when you're young, you have a lot more vitality, physical energy. And what happens is you do things much easier and faster. You don't complicate things for yourself. But also you are interested in doing many other things, so you kind of feel you're missing out, or you don't have the patience to just sit for hours, sort of thing. When you're older, you have that wisdom that you can sit for hours with a child, even though they're jumping off their walls, but you don't have the vitality to put them on your shoulders and things of that. I mean, you could, but you know what I mean. So summary is, enjoy what life throws at you when it throws it at you. Does that make sense? So my philosophy, for example, with this, if you get pregnant when you're young, you might have a child and say, all right, I'll put till later a lot of things I want to do now if they're not possible. For example, I'll enjoy being a mom and I'll maybe study and prepare myself, but I will get on gear and make my profession much later in life. My friends that had children when they were young, later on in life, they were very young when their children left the nest, or they were still young enough. So that's when they entered the career and succeeded, or that's when they travel and succeeded, and things of that nature. Other women decided to put their children for later, and so they went on their profession or they travel. But then after, like in their 40s or 50s, they decided they really wanted to have children. And so they had them then. And so again, it's just chapters. And if you don't do them all, it's okay too. I mean, we don't have to do them all. We might have callings or preferences, things that you're like, I need to travel no matter what. I want to see the world. There's others that I want to have children. I want to be a mother no matter what. So that's how you prioritize, right? I mean, there's things that you really want. You feel it in your heart. And so then you prioritize to get those first, or those chapters in somehow, or prepare for them, right? So that's what I'm saying. Also, life throws you different, I guess, twist balls on the way. Sometimes you're really ready for one of those chapters, profession, traveling, children, and you might not have the money, or one of your parents gets ill, and out of the sudden your resource of energy and attention has to go towards that, or there's an accident. Life sometimes throws very weird sort of twists. Also, let's say you're really into one of those topics, profession, traveling, children, whatever it is, and you're there, and a huge door of opportunity shows up, and you were not thinking about it, and you really were not that interested on that, but you can't let it go by because there's this huge opportunity that comes once in a lifetime, an offer or something, right? So that's the times that you really sort of sit and reflect and choose. And the reality, don't feel bad of what will be better, because what will be better is the one you choose. Why? Because that's the one you'll have. So this thing about, would I be better off this way or better off that way? I always say you'll be better off either way. It's just what you will experience. That is what you're choosing. What do you want to do? Be a mother now or go traveling now? That is the chapter that you'll write at this moment. Does that make sense? So that's where I wanted to say that first, don't want to eat the whole world in one bite, or the whole life in one bite. So take your time, take your chapters. 2, don't feel you're missing one over the other. There's not such a thing, because you're still breathing and you're still experiencing, and that's what life is about, right? Gathering experiences. That's what it is. Some good, some bad, some lower, some higher, So chapters in life. And then do listen, do pay attention of the balls or the twists that life throws at you, and take care of them. I mean, address them. If don't complain the whole way, because then your experience will be that complaint about what you have to do. If you have financial crisis, all right, well, that's what life threw at you, and so address it. And now make sure that you have your basics covered. If it threw you an illness, then address it. It is that chapter, well, you have to put your resources towards that. If it was a pregnancy, unplanned pregnancy, well, address that. That is what life threw at you. And so, those are not necessarily negative things. Of course, there's also the positive. People, love those opportunities. But then there's not a lot of questions about why me. When it's the bad things, we always tend to say, why me? Why now? Because life is talking to you. Because there is a All right, fine. For those pragmatic ones, it is what it is, right? There's no meaning to it all. Or perhaps there is a meaning, but it is 1, 2, 3, and that's the end of it. To me, I like to make things a little more magical, and I do believe there is a higher purpose, and it is a journey, and we're here to learn. And but there's also this thing about just going with the flow, going with what life throws at you. And if life is not throwing anything at you, then this is the time for you to look and see what you want to create. I mean, those are the greatest opportunities, right? Because then you really feel, well, what do I want to create? And if you have nothing of what you want to create, then look at what is it that you want to help out with. What would you like to assert or insert or, be around? What topics? There's so many, and there's no right or wrong. It's just about being connected and being applied and being of service, if that's what you prefer. And with that, and I'll cut it here, but just this service thing, I think before 50, you really are looking for what you want to create out of your life for yourself, sort of thing. And then after 50, that loses a lot of meaning, and you're really looking to create for the community, for life, for next generations, for others. I think that's sort of a transition that happens. But I'll talk about that in another video. So that's all. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you start liking these videos here and there. And if you want to see the makeup I'm wearing, I'll link it down below. Lisa Eldridge lipstick, of course. And thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Please ring the bell in the right-hand corner. Please thumbs up, and please comment down below about this topic. Bye.